Hey everyone, today I'm going to be presenting an example of a healthcare application that streamlines patient intake. I'm going to be using an integration of Awell and Medplum to automate all the process of the intake workflow. We're using Medplum because it's a FHIR native server, so we have all the HR capabilities of a FHIR native server, and Awell because it's a workflow orchestration to create and automate different care flows. So for the different types of patients that we have, we're gonna have different forms and different information being asked for them. So here's our example EHR. As you can see, the name is Venta Clinic, and we have 4 different types of specializations. We have general health, we have elderly care, we have mental health, and pediatric care. So for each one of these specializations, the user is gonna have different forms with different data they are required for a physician to do appropriate assessment before or after an appointment. And how we're gonna do that? So we have the patients over here. You can see that we already have 2 of them, and we're gonna start a triage workflow. I can basically add any number over here, but I already have done that. So let's see on my example. So the user will receive an SMS, and this will gonna redirect them to Awell activities page. And what this basically do is completely generated by Awell. It's a hosted page, and we can use it to add any information that we might require from the user. So you're eligible for a clinic service. Let's collect your information. So I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna add information. So I'm gonna add some random numbers and names. I'm gonna add a birth date and an email. I'm gonna be adding testing information since this is a demo, but imagine that we could have any type of questionnaire over here. So I don't know, related person, we could have insurance information, we can have pretty much anything. And after the user answers the form, this automatically creates the information on Medplum. So here you can see that we had the 2 previous patients. If we reload the page on the Medplum server, you can see that we already have the new patient created. So this is already integrated through Awell, sending information directly to Medplum. Let's now select a general specialization. So I'm gonna select elderly care, and based on this selection, we can define different workflows. So over here, I added a 10-meter walk test, which is pretty much a way for you to measure gait speed for elderly patients. And I'm gonna just add some numbers, but if you could require a patient to take any measures or actions in order to have more appropriate information. So now it's loading, and the patient is redirected to an integration with call.com to book a call with a physician. So we can already link to the telehealth information over here. So I'm gonna select an appointment for 4 o'clock. My name is Ocean. My email is Ocean Text. And I'm gonna confirm this information. It's gonna take a little while, but not that much. And soon this information will be on Medplum, and physicians will be able to follow up patients directly on the Medplum interface. So here, just do a small refresh, and I already have my new patient. If I go to the details, I can see that I have an appointment already booked for March 28th. You can see that I already have the assessment information over here, so you can see the details and the description and the patient results. If I am a physician, I have general information, pretty much normal stuff, but everything already synced up properly with Medplum. I also have, as an example, a different view when I can see which patients I have on Friday and select the appropriate appointment information. I can create notes, and this is pretty much without requiring any manual action through the whole workflow. How does this work on the Awell side? So we have a triage care flow. We can have multiple care flows, but here I have a triage one. And over here, select, I create different steps. And on the first step, I only require basic patient information and I send them to Medplum. On another step, I select a specialization and I create a form that pretty much describes what I need for the user to select. And depending on the selection, I can have different kind of transactions here, and I can redirect the patient to different steps. So over here, I have a general questionnaire, and I can submit this response to Medplum. The same thing over here, the same thing over here, and I can have different outcomes out of my form results. And on the last step, I just can integrate with other tools. In this step, I selected call.com, but I can just trigger an appointment to be booked and send this information back to Medplum. And this is how we can do like a full patient intake by sending an SMS to a patient and asking the patient to answer multiple forms without having like a custom front end for the patient and have this being integrated into my EHR. Yeah, so let me add a short note. Yeah, I think that's it. See you.